Welcome back to my channel, Kathy Grimm, the Grim Reader. Still kind of looking at my hair, I wanted to come on here. I have a sort of a brief lull in super busyness. So I thought I would take this opportunity. I'm peering over at the questions that I'm going to be reading because it's a tag. I'm going to do a tag. Gina Stania tagged me in the Tell Me the Truth tag about YouTube watching habits, etc. So I'm just going to casually do it right now. First question, first prompt is, do your friends, family, coworkers know about your booktube channel? If so, do they watch? I don't think anyone I know in real life watches my channels. My coworkers, most people who don't really know what booktube is, and you explain it to them and they're like, oh, that's nice. Then they just go on. And my family is pretty internet averse, and it's almost a bit of a tension. Like, I'm the crazy lady who's on the internet too much and on social media too much. And sometimes it's fine. It's not a big deal, but it's a little bit hard to explain how, when you are sort of on the internet, why it's so, why would you do this? Sort of, they don't get it. And same with my husband. He knows, of course, I have a channel, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with it, really. And I respect that. That's fine. Oh, I know. I told one coworker, and they didn't know what booktube was. When watching booktube videos, do you ever speed them up? No, because see, I'm a slow processor anyway, and I know, and I remember sort of hearing, I think Doris, she does it, or someone does it. I was like, wow, what a concept! And I tried it, and I don't do it. Do you watch videos from all the booktubers you subscribe to? Of course not. I am so busy right now that and so this is an issue because of how I am, my issues mentally. It used to really get me down, and I used to get so guilty and feel so sort of torn up by the fact that I can't watch more. And then I would get into this sort of weird, how are we supposed to read and watch and make videos, and read? And it is kind of like impossible. It's impossible. And for some reason, after a while, it finally sinks in. People don't care. People don't really care that much. I mean, of course we care that people watch our videos, or in terms of the numbers, and comments are important. But we also kind of understand that we can't all watch even each other's videos. And so I'm just grateful that I have as much going on in terms of likes and comments and subscribers. That's good enough. And in terms of watching, so it's very much, I've just gone with mood. Like, I have a subscription. I don't even sometimes I put things on the watch later. But the thing is, if I take a peek at my subscriptions, which I'm going to try and do while I'm on here, I subscribe to BookTube, but also other things that are not quite BookTubey. Like, for some reason, I subscribed to the Library of Congress. They had an interview with someone who was coming to campus, and I couldn't go see her, so I watched the interview with this lady who read the book. So I think I might unsubscribe it because a lot of the stuff doesn't look that interesting. And then I also subscribed to things to do with Johann Sebastian Bach. They give workshops about specific pieces of music. And I know I subscribed to the Santa Fe Institute recently because they had an interview with Cormac McCarthy. So bookish related, but not booktube stuff. And I'm sure a lot of you do too. I mean, and then of course, here are my people. And I just kind of randomly pick and choose. I also subscribe to a few stationary people. And I just don't feel guilty about it at all. And oftentimes I won't watch the whole video. No, I'll just dip in and sometimes I will, and sometimes I won't. So it's all completely random, all over the place. Sometimes I comment when I have time, and Sonia was saying the same thing. When you're watching on your phone, it's hard to comment. I feel the same. Like, if I'm watching it on my computer, I can sit here and type up something. And sometimes if I've watched one, there are a couple that I just really kind of liked everything, or so I have something to say about them. I will make a point of, okay, I may even put it on my list of things to do. I need to comment on this video, but not very often. And right now I'm super busy. I'm commenting less, I think. So apologies. I'm just too busy. Let's see. That was the question about whether I watched everything I've subscribed to. I'm subscribed to, I don't even know how many, not that many, medium, and I occasionally drop some and add some and go back and forth. But no, I don't think anyone. I remember sort of trying to be super perfectionistic about it and only subscribe to the ones I watch all the time and watch all of them, like, and which meant that I would go down to like hardly any subscriptions because you can't do it. And now I'm like, whatever. Let's see. Do you subscribe to everyone who subscribes to you? I try to, not always, and to be honest, this is about truth telling. I will sometimes, after a while, when there's just nothing there, that there's no overlap, I'll unsubscribe. I apologize, but yeah, I mean, and I completely understand that not everyone is going to watch my really niche readings, so completely understandable. I'm a little bit surprised that as many watches them as I do, but I guess I read all across, so I read a lot of different things, so there is that going for me. Do you subscribe to booktubers based more on content or personality? Now this is kind of interesting, because I think quite a few of the people I subscribe to, it's more personality, because it's just I feel like they're my friends, and even though there's not always a lot of overlap, I still they're in my, they're my buddies, like my imaginary group of older lady people. And then there are people where I really do like the content, and even there I'll sort of dip in and dip out, and there are people where in the end I'll just decide, and I'm being a bit crass or brutal here, I don't really like the way they talk about, the way they review. Like, it's just not giving me anything. It's not giving me enough. Like, it's like, I don't need a synopsis. I don't need a summary. I'm actually kind of more interested in what the reading experience was like for you, and why. I don't really like it when people just do summary, because I don't do that. I don't do enough of that probably for some people. I don't summarize. I just say this is great, and maybe why a little bit, no, because that's boring, and I mean, you can read about the summary elsewhere. It's really more about what it gave, what the experience was like. So in terms of, it has to be sort of a certain approach to content, and then there's a bunch of people that's just personality, and that's, to be honest, also perhaps the reason why some people I don't subscribe to, because of personality. It's like, yeah, and I think that's the same all over in the world. So yeah. And then almost at the end here, so this will be a short one. Do you listen to booktube videos while doing other things? Not really. That's another thing. Like, I can do my ebook while I'm doing my chores, but I don't do that. And maybe I should do it more. Maybe when I'm less busy. There have been times when I've done it a lot, but for some reason, booktube is more like I have to actually sit down and listen to and watch it. I don't really do it while I'm doing other things. It's not like a podcast or an ebook. An audible book. Oh gosh, I'm supposed to tag people. I think I'm just gonna, also thank you, Virginia, to tagging me. I will look at my subscriptions before I post this maybe, and then I'll tag some people. Or I might not, I'm sorry. I might not, to make it go quicker. Because basically I would like to stop this video and go read a little bit of my own book, because I'm sort of magically caught up. Anyway, thank you for tagging me. Sorry for the casualness of my answers. And I will see you soon. Bye.